Oh hi. It's freezing outside. It's like minus 13 degrees Celsius. I'm over it. Last week I promised you that I would share 5 ways you could decorate your home for free. Completely free. You guys, it is completely possible to decorate your home for free. I know some of you guys are on such tight budgets and yet you still want your home to look lovely and reflect who you are and be beautiful. You guys, these are 5 tips. I have used all of these in my lifetime. Highly recommend. Here we go. Okay, before we dive in, don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time there's a new video. I release a new video about home design and decor every Thursday. Last year I did an entire series all about home design and decor on a budget, and I showed you guys some incredible projects that we did on a shoestring budget. I will link a couple of them below. You guys gotta check them out because you won't believe what you can accomplish with a very small budget. So the most surprising question that I get asked is, do you have any tips for how I can decorate my home if I have a $0 budget? And I do, in fact, have some tips for you to decorate your space when you have no money. I'm gonna show you around my home and show you ways you can do some things for free. Starting off with this piece of furniture right behind me. If you have any items in your home that you've been using in a space or in a room for whatever purpose, shop your own home. You might have some pieces that you can repurpose and use in another space of the house and just give it a whole new life, a whole new vibe. This piece here in my living room, I actually purchased it on Kijiji. Secondhand. It was the bottom half of a dining room hutch, a mid-century modern sort of dining room hutch. And I had purchased it about 6 or 7, maybe even longer, years ago for my office, not my home office, for the office that I work at with the church. After a few years, we moved out of those offices, and so we had no use for this piece of furniture anymore. And since I had bought it with my own money, I decided to bring it home, and we put it in my youngest daughter's bedroom as her dresser. At the time, we painted the whole top of it and the sides white, and then all of the drawers were like a corally pink color. So she had it in her room for a handful of years until just recently when we actually bought her a real dresser for her bedroom. And so I have repurposed it now in my living room as like a sideboard slash beverage cart type thing. It has our record player, glassware, and things like that. Plus there's extra storage. And if you know, you always need extra storage. So it's been so great to have these drawers here. I can keep the towel that we use when we let the dog out in the backyard when it's raining or snowing. And when she comes back in, she needs to be wiped down. So it's great to have a towel on hand right there. Plus some other things I just want tucked out of sight. So repurposed. I had some black chalk paint, whipped a couple coats of black chalk paint on it, and that's it. Moved it from one room to the next, and it looks, really great, and it was completely free. Along the lines of repurposing something, I want to show you something that I have in my bathroom. This used to belong to my grandmother, who passed away, gosh, when I was 20 years old. So she passed away over 20 years ago. And this was when you go to your grandmother's home and they have like fine china or porcelain dolls or things like that on display behind a cabinet. Well, my whole life growing up, she had these beautiful glass figurines on display behind this cabinet, and when she passed away, I received this cabinet. And so I repurposed it, but put it to a more practical use in my space. I'm gonna show you my bathroom. Guys, we're gonna be renovating this space later this year. I will bring you along the whole process for doing that. But my biggest concern is, where am I gonna put this when we renovate? I don't wanna get rid of it. I've gotta find a place where I can keep it because I don't wanna get rid of it. A little nostalgic. But anyway, in the meantime, it has worked so wonderfully for us in the bathroom as a place to store our extra towels. We are in my bedroom, not just so I can show you the snow out the window, but because another free decorating option I have here in my room. That is going online, doing a Google image search, and finding some photos that you like and printing them off to frame. Instead of going and finding an expensive print or something that really suits the space just perfectly and spending all the money, you can download a free image, print it off at home, and frame it in whatever frame you have kicking around. I get that this is not always ideal, but sometimes having something in a frame on the wall is better than having an empty wall. It's totally your call depending on what vibe you're going for, but I have a couple images in my bedroom that I just downloaded for free and I printed them off at home. As you can see, we are in the middle of winter here. However, this next tip really does apply. I just don't want to go outside and go foraging right now. So I don't have any in my home right now that I can show you, but it is not uncommon for me to grab some fresh foliage from outdoors. Branches, twigs with greenery on them, something like that, and put them in a vase with water. It adds life, it adds some texture, and if you really need something that's big and grand, you can totally do that with some greenery and branches that you can find for free outside. So you may have noticed these baskets in a handful of different videos or blog posts. I've used them in so many different ways over the years. The first time I went to Cambodia, I found these baskets at a local market and brought them home. And so I first thought they were gonna just be used for home decor. But then I wanted to repeat the theme of baskets on my main floor, and I didn't really want to spend money on buying new ones. So I brought the baskets that I had used solely as home decor into the kitchen and put them to a really practical use, but at the same time also brought in a little bit of extra decor. Super simple, but it helps to repeat a theme in a space, and it repurposes some stuff without having to spend any more money. Another thing you could do for free is check out your local classifieds. For example, Facebook Marketplace, often you'll find things posted for free. I don't have it in my house anymore. I have this fireplace back here that I spent $75 on Facebook Marketplace. But in my old home, I had a fireplace, not my old home, my pre-renovated current home. I had a fireplace that was for free, given to me. A friend had one sitting in her basement, she didn't use it, and so she gave it to me. You can look online, Facebook Marketplace, different classifieds in your neighborhood, and often people just want to get things off their hands. So check out what you can find online for free, because even though someone doesn't want it in their space anymore, it could be the perfect addition to freshening up your space. I mean, I suppose this goes really without saying, but be completely open to hand-me-downs. Guys, so much of our home furnishings and decor over the years truly was hand-me-downs. Typically from our parents, but sometimes from others as well. And we always said yes. I shouldn't say always. I can't think of a time that we said no. We pretty much always said yes. And even if it's not like the style that you would prefer, or you know, a piece of furniture that you just really love, that you think truly reflects you, saying yes to something for free that you can fill your space with to make it feel homey and more livable and enjoyable is ultimately a really great idea until you can afford to buy something of your own. In fact, my basement right now has a massive leather sectional that we have had for almost 10 years, and it was a hand-me-down from my in-laws, and it has served us so well. No, it's not the style I would have picked, but who cares? Beggars can't be choosers, and because they were so generous and gave us the sectional, we've been able to enjoy a family room for like almost a decade that otherwise would have been furniture free. So hand-me-downs, receive them with grace, receive them with joy. They might be just what you need to finish your space. Another really great tip, guys, have an open mind. Talk to your friends. Maybe they have some items that they've tucked away that they don't use anymore in their home. Probably you do as well. And maybe do a swap. Say, hey, I've got these items, come take your pick. They may have some for you to just take your pick, and something that no longer works for them might be the perfect thing to spruce up your space. In fact, we did a master bedroom last summer, and a handful of the items that made it into the final room and for the final reveal and that really completed the space were items that we all donated and contributed to the project for free because we were on a really limited budget. But we had them kicking around our house, things that we didn't really need to keep anymore, and they really truly came to life in this other space. So consider chatting with your friends about items that they might want to swap with your items. You know, we happen to live in a culture right now, especially in North America, where it's like this whole Pinterest-worthy vibe. Don't compare what somebody else is doing with what you're doing. You're not in the same stage as life. You might not have the same resources. And if we just continue to live our lives always comparing, always wanting what other people have, we are never gonna really appreciate and value what we've already been given. How sad would it be if I didn't appreciate what I had because somebody else has something better or nicer? And how sad is it when you don't appreciate what you have because you're too busy comparing yourself to what others have? Make your home a space that you love, regardless of what your finances are right now. Invest in making it feel like home. Refresh it with items from your home, repurpose things, relocate things, swap with friends, give something a new life, bring nature in from outside, or print off your favorite art online. Guys, there are such simple ways that you could still invest your heart and your love into your home, even when you don't have a budget. Okay guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I would love to hear your ideas for how you could decorate a home for free. You know that people watching this video want more than just my 5 ideas. So throw them in the comments and let's help each other out. Have an awesome day, you guys. We'll see you right back here next week at I Am Loved.